What's up, Hope? The possum party can officially start. Okay. What's up, Bigfoot? I'm glad you're here. Hey, sunny side up. How are you doing? Oh, is it cold where you are? Yeah, it's cold where I am too. Let's see. It's so cold where I am. It's 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh my god. Oh, so it's been a week. Okay. Or more. And I haven't heard anything in the attic. So I believe the problem is solved. No more possum or any other animals up there. So I think we good. Mm-hmm. What's up, Nikki? Glad you could join. That's not cold. It's so cold. Unbelievably cold. Possums moved into the neighbor's attic. No, they're at the park. So they're around there somewhere. All right. Let's do a Wordle. I could freeze to death before the end of the chapter. True. It is so cold. Oh, wait, hold on. Live screen, window capture. Okay. The possums probably froze because it's so cold. Uh-oh. I should check. They're like ice frozen. That's not as cold as a fridge. True. True, Lady Koi. That is much colder than a fridge. I can't believe I'm surviving right now. All right. Or Ray. No. Stomp. Okay. Eater. No. Eats. Beats. Oh, beats. Beady. Beefy. Beef. No. Beat. Beats. Beat. Oh. Death. Yeah. Nope. Okay. How about tang? Ta talk. Chalk. Tally. How do I fit the E in? Tail. Tails. No S. Telic. Telig. Tef. Don't think that's it. Maybe E-A-X. Like T-H? Theater? No. How about team? No E. A-N. Tangy. Tacky. Talk. Is that a word? Nope. X-A-E. That's not a word. How about this? No, no E here. X-E. Cat. That. What? Fats. Gat. G-L-E. N. A. T-E. You know what? Tails. Let's try that. Okay. T. X. E. A. X. TV, TV, TN. TH, T. What goes with the T? TW? Like tweed? Is that a word? I think tweed is a word. That is not a word. Tweak. Tweak. Ah, we got it. Easy. Easy. Tacos. Popsicles. Yeah, there's some popsicles up in the attic. All right. All right. What is this? Can we do this quickly? Let's do this in 5 minutes. Can we do this quickly? Do. Make. Oh my. Create. Oh my god. Oh my god. Less than 1 minute? Can we? Create, make stuff. What do you make? Things. Manufacture. Design. Build. Invent. Generate. Make. 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 What do you make? Make food. Make toy. Assemble. What is that? Assemble. Forge. Recipe. Gather. Need. Assemble. Transform. Build. Assemble. Factory. Glue. Unite. Fabricate. Mix. Combine. Assemble. Assembly. Weld. Assemble, 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 assemble. Make. Assemble. Screw. Gather, we tried. We had design, we had group. Assemble. Join. Legos. Clip. Group. Grop. Team. Subscribe, guys. Meld. Assembling. Making. Nope. Engineer. Create. I think we tried that. Like. Mush together. Not a word. Assemble. Avengers. Nope. Form. Put. Slosh. Power. What? Gather we tried. Meet. Rangers. Meet and greet. What? Okay. How about a convention? Meet at some venue. Enjoin. Join? I think we tried join. Mingle? Maybe a party? Maybe a mixer. Mix. Hook. Up. Smash. Drinks. Maybe a bar. Maybe a house, like a house party. Home. Restaurant. No. Assemble. A rave. Cocktail. I don't think that's it. I think it's making something. Forging. A bond. Maybe a friendship. Maybe a relationship. Assembling. A teddy bar. I don't think so. A club might work. Nope. Assembling. I think it's assembling something. Object. Chainmail. Armor. Suit. Model. Repair. We're so close. What do you assemble? Clothes. Make. For which we tried that. It sounds like armor to you? Because I think you make armor. Marriage? I don't think so. Destroy. Did we try assembly? We tried that. Statue. Crack. Art. Birth. Death. Crumble. I think it's assembling. Restore. Collect. Oh, collect is good. Pokemon. Collection. Stamps. Bale. Coins. Hoard. Assemble. Pick. Choose. Choice. Product. Cards. Find. Look. Select. Selection. Point. Variety. Insert. Finding. Making. Make. Collect. Discover. Search. Oh, come on. Choice? Let me try choice. Let me try gather. Collect. Assemble. Buy. Buy. Sell. Sell. Purchase. Steal. Oh, counterfeit. Nope. Hog. Pimp. Resources. Assemble. Assemble. Huh! Auction. Oh, come on. What is it? What can it be? Forge create. Make. eBay. Merchant. Business. Create, we tried that. Use. Coins. Etsy. Coins. We tried art. IKEA. Okay, now. Assemble. Package. Ship. Open. Close. Forgery. Craft? Oh, craft is good. Wow. We got assemble on the 18th guess, and we haven't gotten past it. Why? Print. Procure. I like that. Obtain. Get. Receive. Gift. Assembly we tried. Gain. Obtain. Procure. What other adjectives? Wait, verbs. Collect. We tried that. Own. We did assemble. Procure. Obtain. Collect. Acquire. How is that not high? It's a synonym to obtain. What the fuck? Inherit. Heir. Stock. Have. Oh. Grab. Achieve. Achievement. Minecraft. Does not know the word. Take. Receive. We tried. Got. How about obtained? No. Steal. Source. Oof. Love. Abscond. Are you thinking the opposite? Away. Throw. Covet. Want. Desire. No. Mint. Reap. Sow. The other sow. Sewing. We did craft. Cut. Oh my god. Obtain. Sue. Earn. Fuck. Deposit. Work. Passion. No. No. Obtain. Oh my god. Something close to obtain. Taxes? Understand. I think we tried buy, generate. I think we tried that, didn't we? Yeah, we tried that. Oh, we were so good in the beginning. Obtain, procure, learn. Like a skill. Train. Practice. We did purchase. We did. Yep. Request. Okay. Knowledge. Okay. Request was good. Oh my god. Accomplish. Obtain. Obtain like a. Obtain a skill. Learn a skill. I think we tried to learn. Absorb. Oh my god. Receive. We tried that. Damn it. I thought that was gonna take less than 1 minute. Degree. Like educate. Education. Degree. Obtain. Procure. Obtain. Manage. Manage. Like you managed to obtain something. Manager. School. Eat. We tried that. Oh, I did. You obtain. You buy. Purchase. Deposit. Withdraw. Curate. Museum. Swallow. Steal. We try that. Stole. Access. Oh my god. All right. Do we need to open up a thesaurus? Collection. I think we try collection. Holy. Obtain. What do you obtain? Procure. Assemble. Get a drink. How long have we been at it? We've been at it for too long. Construct. I like that. Construction. Building. Blocks. Legos. We tried Legos. Reach. Reach. Approach. Ladder. Climb. Lego singular. Stop. Stop. Equip. Architect. Destroy. Arrive. Arrive. Depart. Arrival. Door. Knock. Deliver. Delivery. Land. No, it has something to do with obtain and procure and assemble. Win, land, crash. Ambulance, funeral. Well, now you're just... You're just throwing random words at me, Nikki. Obtain, procure, assemble. Need. Didn't we try that? Yeah, we did. Obtain. He's trying to obtain something. Trying to get something. Trying to own something. Have. We tried have, right? Mail. Direct. Fetch. Oh, I like that. Produce. Wait, did we try produce? We didn't. Production. Economy. I don't think so. Attract. Guys, send. Bid. Send, find, collect, assemble, procure, obtain. Give. Lose. Manifest. Present. Oh, take. We tried take. Obtain. Procure. Procurement. It was your birthday on the 18th. Hey, happy birthday, Nikki. Yay. Endow. Magnetic. Why magnetic? Attract. Try that. All right, I think we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Gotta find a thesaurus. Happy birthday, Nikki. Endowment. Donate. These are all in the 30s, but the 40s is obtain and procure. Donation. Ages. Sacrifice. Old. All right, I'm calling it. Want. We didn't try want. Need. Yeah, we tried desire. Thesaurus. Obtain. I don't think it's a tricky word. They usually just give us simple words. Secure. Nope. Gain. We tried gain, right? Did we not? Retrieve. Accumulate. Hire. Achieve. Discover. Charity. All right, motherfucker. Give me a hint. Wait. Coordinate? Oh no. We've been barking down the wrong tree. Coordination. Work. Synchronize. We got manage. We would try that, right? Manager. Plan. Cooperate. Plot. Order. Coordinate. Scheme. Together. Work. Work together. Join. We try that. Coordinate. Compile. Compile. Lead. Collaborate. Another hint. What is it now? Arranges. Arrange? Arrange? Really? I feel like it just gave us the word. I don't feel like we got it. Organize. Oh my god, organize. Why didn't I think of that? Arrange, prearrange, coordinate, reschedule, obtain. I mean, this procure and obtain. It really messed us up. Ordinate. Jesus H. Christ. Finagle. Ah, fine. It's a mental. All right. I think we're good. I think this calls for. Oh, hold on. Whatever random word game. Ta-da! Not sure what this is. But it does say Texas corn. I guess. Texas corn. Looks like some kind of puffs. Do I have an arrangement of snacks? I have procured a Japanese snack because I collaborated with the company. Ooh. Can it come on? Focus. Yeah. Like puffs. That's weird. It's not cheese. It has like a little bit of a soy sauce flavor. Some kind of salty flavor. I mean, not really a big fan, but still edible. It's from Texas, Japan. Yeah. It's actually, yeah, it is puffs. I like puffs. I used to eat a lot of cheese puffs, but then I switched to Cheetos, which is so good. All right, this is gonna be a 6.2 out of 10. How about that? OG or crunchy Cheetos? Crunchy Cheetos, baby. They're so good. All right. All right, you guys ready? What happened last week? So, there were a lot of reveals in the last chapter, guys. A lot of reveals. So our hero, Di-Yun, he visits the Wan residence and he ends up giving the antidote to Wan Gui, who was poisoned. Afterwards, Chi Feng, Wan Gui's wife, realizes that someone stole the antidote, and it was Wan Gui's martial brother, Wu Ken. All right, Wu Ken, this guy, he wants Wan Gui to die because he wants Chi Feng. Okay, he wants to acquire Chi Feng. It also says that all the other brothers want her too. And he reveals that all the brothers, including Wan Gui, plotted years ago to frame Di-Yun for assaulting their master's concubine. Now, Wu Kan says that she must now sleep with him in order to get the antidote. Chi Feng is disgusted. She runs away, and she happens to run across that one concubine. Okay, and the concubine is now she has been kicked out of the house. She's like a beggar. She's in very poor condition. The concubine reveals that Wan Gui had ordered her to frame Di-Yun. Okay. Now she did tell the master Wan Junshen about it, but afterwards the master told her not to tell anyone, and he kicked her out. All right. Chi Feng finally realizes that she unjustly blamed Di-Yun. And a little bit afterwards, she's looking over the Tang poem book that Di-Yun left behind, and she's like kind of crying. When Wan Gui, he sees her reading it, and he recognizes it as the Lian Cheng manual that everyone was looking for. And because Chi Feng was crying, her tears fell on the book, and the number 33 appears on the book. Okay, so it turns out that the mnemonics for the martial arts is revealed when the book gets wet. Okay, that's how you learn the mnemonics. Wan Gui and his father Wang Jinshan, they're super happy. But after she discovers she discovered all the secrets, Chi Feng decides that she does not want them to have the manual. So she tells her young daughter to hide the manual in the bowl of her father's blood, her father's poisoned blood, which is supposed to be really dark. So she tells her young daughter to hide the manual in there when no one's around. Okay. Then she makes a distraction. She's like, "Oh my god, I see a suspicious person outside." And then father and son and her, they jump out to pursue the suspicious person, but no luck. Afterwards, they return to the house and they find that the manual has disappeared. Good job, daughter. And that's where we left off. How's that? All right. Live screen. Ooh. Who's this? Oh, this is the master. All right. Chapter 11. Building a wall. Oldest trick in the book. It seems in these stories, people fall for the look over there trick a whole bunch. Like, what? Where? What are you pointing at? All right. The disciples of the Wan clan were flustered for a while. But how could they find the enemy? Wang Jinshan instructed Qifeng that she was not to mention how they found and lost the sword manual to the other disciples. Qifeng promised without reservations. Over the years, Qifeng became more and more aware of the relationships between the various disciples of the clan. Each one of them had their own plan, and they would always be wary of each other. Yep, they're all bad dudes. Wang Jinshan collected his anger and returned to his own room. All he thought about was the butterfly insignia. Who could his enemy be? Why would this person bring the manual and then take it back? Is this person the one who saved Yan Daping? Could it be Yan Daping himself? And the concubine revealed a thing about the wall being built at night. Oh yeah, true. The concubine says that the master goes to build a wall at night. Wan Gui exerted a lot of energy to chase the enemy. Consequently, his blood flow circulated quicker, and his hand began to hurt again. He lay down on the bed to rest and slept for a while. Qifeng pondered. My father must have some use for this book. It has been submerged in blood water for so long, it must be ruined now. She went inside the room and called for Sangge twice, but saw that he was in a deep sleep. So she went to get the copper bowl and emptied the bloody water in the well outside, revealing the book. She thought, water spinach is really clever. Her face was full of joy. This book was completely immersed in bloody water and had a really bad smell that assailed the nostrils. Qifeng unwillingly picked up the book and wondered, where should I hide it? She thought of the side room in the back garden that was always filled with sieves, hoes, rock mortars, fans, and other miscellaneous items. She figured that nobody would go there, so at once she picked up a few leaves from a chrysanthemum to cover up the book. It now looked like a dish of chrysanthemum leaves. Then she went to the back garden. She entered the west room and concealed the book in the middle of a fan and thought, this fan is only used when we collect rent. If I hide it here, nobody should find it. Until someone goes to collect rent. She threw away the bowl and began to whistle a light tune, pretending as if nothing happened. She actually whistled. Being totally conspicuous. Maybe back then people did not whistle. After they do something bad. She passed through the corridor when all of a sudden a person appeared at the junction of two walls and spoke softly. Tonight, at the third watch, I will wait for you in the firewood room. Don't forget! It was Wu Can, this disgusting guy. Qifeng was already a bit frightened. When she saw him just suddenly appear and said these words, her heart rate shot up the roof. She spat in disgust. Phew! You really have the nerves of a wild dog. Do you not value your own life? She threw the poison blood into their water supply. Wukan salivated. He actually salivated and said, I am most willing to lose my life for you, Marshall's sister-in-law. Do you want the antidote? Qifeng clenched her teeth, and with her left hand she reached for the handle of her dagger. She wanted to attack him when he least expected it, and take the antidote away. Wukan laughed and said softly, if you execute a stance of the mountain approaches from the face and brandish your blade to attack, I will evade with a stance of the cloud approaches the pier, and conveniently throw the antidote into the pond. As he said this, he extended his hand forward, holding the bottle of antidote. He was afraid that Qifeng would try to take it, and backed away 2 steps. Qifeng knew that she would not be able to take it by force, and walked over to his side. Wu Kan said, I will only wait until the third watch. If you do not come on the third watch, by the fourth, I will take the antidote with me and run away. I will never return to Qingzhou. If I, surnamed Wu, have to die, I will definitely not die at the hands of the Wan family. Qifeng returned to her room and was greeted with the painful moans of Wan Gui. It was evident that the scorpion poison was acting up again. She sat on the bedside and thought, he caused so much suffering for martial brother. His methods are extremely despicable. But the deed has already been committed. What more can be done? Either martial brother has a life full of hardships, or I have a life full of hardships. I have been treated so well all these years. A woman should follow whatever her husband orders. I will be his wife for the rest of our lives. But that scoundrel, Wu Ken, is extremely repulsive. How can I take the antidote from him? She saw that Wan Gui became more pale and withered, and both his eyes sunk deeply. Sangge is extremely injured. If I tell him now, he will fight a battle with Wu Ken to the death. That would only make things worse. The sky slowly turned dark. Qifeng absent-mindedly ate her dinner. Then she settled her daughter to sleep. She kept pondering whether she should tell her father-in-law, thinking that since he is such a rigorous schemer, he would have a way to deal with the problem. But she could not let her husband know about it, so she had to wait until he was asleep before telling her father-in-law. Qifeng slept beside Wan Gui. In the past few days of attending for her husband, she did not get a single good night's sleep. She waited until Wan Gui was in a deep sleep before she quietly got up and went outside to find Wan Junshan. The house was lit, and there were some weird sounds coming from inside. Hey, hey, hey! It sounded as if someone was using a lot of energy to do something. Ah, the master building his wall, whatever that means. Qifeng felt strange. Originally, she already arrived at the door and called for her father-in-law, but then she withdrew. From the narrow slit of the window, she peeked into the insides of the room. The moonlight illuminated through the window into the room. She saw Wan Qinshan lying supine on his bed, both hands slowly pushing against the air. Both his eyes were shut tightly. Qifeng thought, father-in-law must be practicing some profound martial arts. He must not be interfered by external affairs, or he might fire deviate. I should not call him now. I will wait until he finishes his training. She saw Wan Qinshan pushing against the air with both hands. Then he slowly sat up and placed his feet on the ground. He walked a few steps before crouching down and appeared to be grabbing something in midair. Qifeng thought, father-in-law must be practicing a capturing technique. he's, he's doing this. After watching for some time, she saw Wan Qinshan's movements were more and more strange. Wan Qinshan repeatedly grabbed something in the air and placed it neatly in a row. It appeared as if he was piling up a lot of bricks together, but under the moonlight it was clear that there was nothing there at all. Wait, does this seem similar to the techniques that Di Yun used when he was in the mountain? He was grabbing the eagles, right? The bald eagles. All of a sudden, she recalled what Tao Hong said to her at the memorial hall. Master builds a wall in the middle of the night. But Wan Qinshan's movements did not look like he was building a wall at all. It appeared more as if he was tearing down a wall. She saw him grabbing for a while, comparing the size to his hands, and figured that it was big enough. Then with both hands he struck a posture, as if he was picking up something heavy and placing it in front of him. Qifeng watched, incessantly perplexed. She saw that both his eyes were closed, and his movements did not appear to be that of practicing martial arts. It looked more like a mute putting on a play. After a while, Qifeng became worried. She thought, father-in-law has contracted somnambulism. According to physicians, people with this disease will get up in their dreams to do something. Some people will walk around the roof without any clothes on. Others will even commit arson and murder. But when they wake up, they won't remember anything about it. She continued to watch as Wang Jinshen stuffed these imaginary items into the imaginary hole that he created in the wall. After he finished stuffing these items, he exerted some force to pile it firmly together before he picked up the imaginary bricks on the ground and set the wall back together. Okay, I think he is sleepwalking, right? He's sleepwalking and he's performing some actions that he probably did in the past. So he was hiding something in the past. I think he's stuffing these imaginary items into the hole. So he hid something. Indeed, he really was building a wall. There was a faint smile on his face with an air of complacency as he piled up the bricks. At first, when Qifeng saw the gloomy expression on his face, she was absolutely horrified. But when she realized that he was building an imaginary wall, her heart had already figured as much, so she was relieved. What's up, Malik? Glad you could join. According to Tao Hong, father-in-law has had some somnambulism for a while now. Naturally, he would not want anyone to know this. Tao Hong sleeps with him, so naturally she must have known. Father-in-law must have been very unhappy about this. When she realized this, it helped solve a chain of suspicions in her heart, as she figured out why Tao Hong was kicked out of the house. Okay, so father-in-law didn't want Tao Hong to know that he hid something. Then she thought, I wonder how long he will build this wall for. If he continues past the third watch, then Wu Ken will really take the antidote and run away. Then there will be trouble. She saw Wang Jinshen place the bricks he took down and stuff it into the hole in the wall. Then followed that, he sealed it with quicklime and continued working until he was satisfied. His face revealed a smile, and he went back to sleep. Qifeng thought, father-in-law has been working hard. He is probably not very conscious. I will let him rest for a while before I call him. So maybe he did hide. Maybe he did steal the book and he hid it. Maybe. And then maybe her father finds it later. Could be. Qifeng thought, father-in-law has been working hard. He is probably not very conscious. I will let him rest for a while before I call him. At the same time, she suddenly heard someone lightly knock on the front door, softly calling, Father, father. It was the voice of her husband, Wan Gui. Qifeng thought, why is Sangge here? What is he doing here? Wang Jinshen got up immediately and asked, is it Gui'er? Wan Gui replied, it is me. Wang Jinshen got off the bed and opened the door latch to invite Wan Gui inside. Have you found any news of the sword manual? Wan Gui shouted, Father! He extended his left hand to hold the back of a chair. The moonlight seeped in through the window slits and reflected the hazy figure apparently slightly swaying. Qifeng was afraid that her own shadow would be seen, so she ducked beneath the window to listen. She did not dare to watch their movements. She heard Wan Gui said, Your daughter-in-law. She is not a good person. Oh. Uh-oh. Qifeng was startled. Why would he say such a thing? She heard Wang Jinshen ask. What's that? Have you two got into an argument? Wan Gui said. I found the sword manual. It was your daughter-in-law who took it. Wang Jinshen said, You found it? That's good. Where did you find it? Feng was perplexed. How does he know? It must be that water spinach could not help but reveal it. But the next thing Wan Gui said immediately told her that her suspicions were incorrect. Wan Gui said that he saw Feng and his daughter winking at each other and became suspicious. He thought there was something strange about it and pretended to fall asleep. Oh, shit. He was awake the entire time! Then from the window slit, he observed Feng's movements. He saw her taking the copper bowl to the back garden and followed along. He saw her put the sword manual inside a fan in the west room of the back garden. Feng sighed inwardly. My poor father. In the end, the book will still be taken by father-in-law and Sangge. It will be next to impossible for me to take it back. Very well, I admit defeat. Sangge has always been more difficult to deal with than me. She heard Wan Qinshan said, Very well then, we will take the manual. You will pretend as if nothing happened, and see how she reacts. If she does not mention it, you do not need to expose her. I am still suspicious as to where the book came from. I'm afraid. He said I'm afraid 3 times, but did not continue. Wan Gui called, Father! His voice was somewhat painful. What is it? Your daughter-in-law stole our sword manual. She did it for... As he spoke up to this point, his voice trembled. Wan Qinshan said, For whom? She did it for that dog thief Wu Ken. Oh, no. Huge misunderstanding. Feng's heart trembled violently. She could hardly believe what she heard. I did it because of father. Why would I do it for Wu Ken? Who would I do it for, that dog thief Wu Ken? Wan Qinshan's voice was too full of disbelief. She did it because of Wu Ken? He repeated. Yes. I saw that bitch hide the sword manual in the back garden, and I followed her. Then I saw her at the winding corridor. She was flirting with that bastard Wu Ken. That whore! She is shameless! Wan Qinshan muttered to himself and said, I can see that she is usually an upright and well-behaved person. It doesn't look like she would do such a thing. Are you sure you saw her? What did the two of them say? Wan Gui said, Your son I was afraid that they would notice, so I did not dare to get too close. There are no hidden areas around the corridor, so I could only hide behind the junction of the walls. The two of them spoke very quietly, so I could not hear everything, but I heard a good half of it. Wan Qinshan groaned and said, Oh, my son, you do not need to be angry. How can a gentleman suffer from a loss of a wife? Now that we have the sword manual, we only have to decipher the secret inside. Then we will be showered with wealth. Even if you want to buy 100 concubines, that would be incredibly easy. Sit down and explain everything to me slowly. He lost trust in his wife pretty quick. Yeah. Feng heard the groaning of the board mattress as Wan Gui sat down on the bed. He said, That whore concealed the manual and was so proud of herself, she even sang a little tune. Yep. That whistle came back to haunt her. As soon as that whoremonger saw her, his face was full of delight and said, Tonight at the 3rd watch, I will wait for you in the firewood room. Don't forget. I heard him say these exact words very clearly. Wan Qinshan was enraged. How did the whore reply? She said, You really have the nerves of a wild dog. Do you not value your own life? Qifeng was totally confused and upset. The two of them keep calling me a whore. How could they wrong me like this? Sangge, I am doing this all for you. I want to get the antidote to cure your injuries, yet you dishonor me in such a way. Do you have any conscience? Wan Gui continued. When I heard this, I was so mad that I wanted to kill them both immediately. But I did not bring a sword, and I am also weak from my injuries, so I could not fight them head on. I returned to my room at once in case that whore doesn't see me when she returns and becomes suspicious. What the whore and whoremonger said after that, I did not hear. Why is whore like this? Why does it have the accent above it? Wang Jinshen said, like father, like daughter. The two of them are both shameless. We will first take the sword manual, then we will wait for them outside the firewood room. We will catch that cheating couple in the act. Then the two of them can't complain after death. Wan Gui added, That whore was so horny, she could not even wait until the third watch. She went out a long time ago. Now. As he said up to this point, he clenched his teeth hard. Wang Jinshen said, Then we will go right away. Go, get a sword first. You do not need to attack first. Wait until I cut off their arms and legs. Then you can personally take their worthless lives. Qifeng watched as the door opened. Wang Jinshen helped Wan Gui by the shoulder, and the two of them rushed to the back garden. Qifeng leaned her body against the wall, her tears constantly dripping on her sleeves. All along she had only hoped that her husband would recover from his injuries, yet now her husband suspects her. Her father left her and never returned. Her martial brother has too suffered his own injustices. Now even her husband is treating her like this. How can anyone live in such despair? Her heart was completely torn. She no longer wished to live. She did not consider explaining herself to her husband, nor did she consider confronting Wu Ken to reveal the truth. She only leaned against the wall, completely paralyzed. After a while, she heard the sounds of footsteps approaching. Wan Gui and his father returned and discussed quietly. Wan Gui said, Father, why did you not kill Wu Ken just now? Wan Jinshen said, Only the whoremonger was there. The whore must have got wind and escaped ahead of time. We were unable to catch both of them in the act. We are a prestigious family in Jingzhou. How can we so casually kill a person? After we get the manual, there are still many things that we have to do. There is no time to meddle in such petty affairs. We cannot act arbitrarily. So, we are just going to let them go? How am I supposed to repress my anger? If you want to vent anger, how hard is that? We will use the old trick. What old trick? The same old trick we used to deal with Qi Chang Fa. He paused for a moment. Oh, wait. Did he kill him? He must have killed Qi Chang Fa and then hid him behind a wall. He buried him behind a wall. Yeah, I think her father is dead. He either killed him first or he just buried him behind a wall. Return to your room first. I will assemble the disciples together, and then you will come with the rest of them outside my room. Don't arouse any suspicion. Qifeng's mind was still in a complete mess. She did not have half a clue what to do next. She only thought, I don't want to live. But what about water spinach? Who's going to take care of her? When she heard Wang Jinshen say something about using an old trick he used to deal with Qi Chengfa, to deal with Wu Kan, her mind felt as if an ice chunk was placed on it. At once she was wide awake and thought, how are they going to deal with my father? I must find out until the water recedes and the rocks appear. Father-in-law will gather all his disciples outside his room. Then I must not delay. Where can I eavesdrop? At least he is providing structural integrity to the place. Is he? Is he? Hmm. She heard Wang Gui agree and leave. Wang Jinshen went outside the hall and called loudly for his servant to light a lamp. Not before long, voices came from both the front and the back. The various disciples and the servant assembled from all directions. Assembled? Qi Feng knew that after only a bit more time, someone would pass by the window. She hesitated and then at once, as quick as lightning, entered Wang Jinshen's room and tore open the curtains and squeezed herself under the bed. The curtains of the bed were drooping low to the floor. If no one intentionally tried to uncover it, then they would not find her. She reclined herself under the bed. After a while, she saw light translating through the curtains. Someone had lit a lamp and went inside the room. She saw Wang Jinshen's shoes enter the room, both feet making their way to a chair. The chair gave off a slight hindrance as Wang Jinshen sat down. Then she heard him tell the servant to close the door. All right, good time for a break. Assembled definition? What do you mean? Like put together? Like, but then here, assemble means like gather people together. Obviously. All right. 5-minute break. I will be right back. And we're back. There probably isn't much room in that space, so very likely he's just filling it up. Basically, a load-bearing, corpse-bearing wall. Yes. Kind of like a Attack on Titan situation. Oh. Never mind. If you haven't watched, don't think too hard about it. Good song. That was a good song. All right. So she's hiding under the bed. Let's see what happens. The eldest disciple, Lu Kun, and fifth disciple, Bu Yuan, were injured on the left leg and right arm by Yan Da Ping back in Yuanling. But fortunately, only their bones were broken, and they did not suffer too heavily. Right now, they were in recovery, but because of their teacher's urgent gathering, they were still on bandages and walking sticks to await their order. She heard the eldest disciple Lu Kun say, how should his voice be? Teacher, we are all here now. We await your orders. Wang Jinshen said, very good. You come in first. Qi Feng saw the door pushed open, Lu Kun's feet walking inside. Then the door closed. Wang Jinshen said, our enemies are here for us. Do you know that? Who is it? Your disciple does not know. This person disguised himself as a physician and came to our house today. Qi Feng thought, could it be that he knows who that physician is? Who is he? Lu Kun said, your disciple heard from Brother Wu. Teacher, who is our enemy? Wang Xinshen said, "This person likes to disguise himself. I did not take a good look, so I could not figure out his background. Early next morning, I want you to search the north part of the city. You may take your leave now. I will give you further instructions later." Lu Kun agreed and left. Wang Jinshen called his fourth disciple Sun Jun and fifth disciple Bu Yuan inside. He said similar things to them. He asked Sun Jun to search the southern part of the city, and Bu Yuan to search the eastern part. He also added, "Let Wu Kan search the west part of the city. Feng Tan, Xin Cheng will work together in coordination for information. Your brother Wan has not yet recovered from his injuries and cannot leave." Bu Yuan said, "Right. Brother Wan should get some rest." He opened the door and left. Qi Feng knew that these words were intentionally said for Wu Kan's ears, so that he would not harbor any suspicions. Then Wang Jinshen said, "Wu Kan, come inside." This was said the same way he called the other disciples. It was not especially strict or gentle. Qi Feng saw the door open again. When Wu Ken placed one leg in the room, he felt a bit hesitant, but eventually he came in. He slowly walked a few more steps. Qi Feng had a clear view of the lower half of his gown and saw a slight tremble. She knew that he was very scared. Wang Jinshen said, "Our enemies came for us. Did you know that?" Wu Ken said, "Your disciple heard from outside the room. It is that physician who sold us the medicine. It was your disciple who asked him to take a look at Brother Wan's condition. I did not realize that he was our enemy. Your disciple asks for forgiveness." Wang Jinshen said, "This person has disguised himself. I cannot blame you for not being able to recognize him. Early next morning, I want you to investigate the west parts of the city. If you see him, pay attention to his every move." Wu Kan said, "Yes." All of a sudden, Wang Jinshen stood up with both legs. Qi Feng could not resist the temptation to extend her hands to uncover a corner of the curtain to look outside. What she saw made her so pale with fright that she almost cried out. She saw that Wang Jinshen had already clutched Wu Kan by the throat with both hands. Wu Kan used his hands to resist Wang Jinshen's clutch, but it was completely ineffective. Yeah, because he taught him the wrong martial arts. She saw Wu Kan's eyes protruding outwards like a goldfish, opening wider and wider. Wu Kan scratched and clawed so frantically that the back of Wang Jinshen's hands started to bleed from his fingernail attacks, but he continued his hold on Wu Kan's throat and would not let go no matter what. Wu Kan could not even utter half a noise, and soon his body began to sway. After a while, both his hands slowly dropped down. Qi Feng saw his tongue was extended, his expression terrifying. She became extremely frightened. It was not until Wu Ken was completely motionless before Wang Jinshen let go of his hold and placed him on the chair. Then from the table he grabbed 2 cotton cloths that he had wet beforehand and placed it on his mouth and nose. This way, Wu Ken could not breathe and would definitely not wake up. Qi Feng's heart was bouncing all over her chest. She thought, "Father-in-law said that they are an aristocratic family and will not easily kill people. I heard that Wu Kan's father is a local gentleman who will not let this matter drop easily. I think this will become a serious issue." At the same time, she suddenly heard Wang Jinshen's coarse yell. "You better confess to everything that you've done, or do you want me to take action?" Qi Feng was startled. "So, it turns out that father-in-law saw me." But in her heart, she was not frightened. "I will die by his hands then. I don't want to live anyway." She was about to reveal herself from under the bed, when suddenly she heard Wu Can say, Master, what, what do you want disciple to confess? Qi Feng was completely startled. How could Wu Ken speak again? Did he come back to life? That was clearly not the case. He was still on the chair, completely motionless. She peeked from under the bed and saw Wang Jinshen's lips move. She thought, What? So it is father-in-law who is speaking, not Wu Ken. But how come I heard Wu Ken's voice? Wow. This guy is a good voice actor, apparently. She heard Wang Jinshen shout, Confess what? Wu Ken, you really have some guts. You sent a mole inside and colluded with bandits. Are you planning on a big trade in Qingzhou? Master, what trade is your disciple doing? Oh, yeah, Wang Jinshen must have done the same thing with her father. Yeah. He killed Qi Jiangfa right then and there. And he was doing this voice thing. This time, Qi Feng saw everything clearly. It was Wang Jinshen mimicking Wu Ken's voice. She was startled that the voice was actually so alike. So, father-in-law actually has the ability to mimic the voices of his own disciples. I never knew this. But what's the point of scolding Wu Ken so loudly? She faintly remembered something, but it was a very hazy reflection that she did not understand. She only felt an unfathomable fear in her heart. She heard Wang Jinshen say, You think I don't know? You were the one who brought that physician to Qingzhou. That person is actually a local bandit. Wu Ken, you collaborated with him. You wanted to infiltrate. Master, what does your disciple want to infiltrate? You wanted to infiltrate into the mansion of Magistrate Ling. You wanted to steal a classified document. Am I right? Wu Ken, you are still denying this? Master, how did you know? Master, please consider my filial piety for you over all these years. Please forgive me. Your disciple does not dare to do such a thing again. Wu Ken, how can such a serious matter be forgiven so easily? Qi Feng figured out that Wang Jinshen's imitation of Wu Ken's voice was actually not that similar. It's just that he lowered his voice and spoke with extreme obscurity, and every sentence was uttered with formal addresses of master and disciple, so naturally others would think that Wu Ken was speaking. Everyone saw Wu Ken enter the room and heard him converse with Wang Jinshen, even if the voice was not completely alike. Besides Wu Ken, who else could be speaking? Furthermore, Wang Jinshen constantly addressed the speaker as Wu Ken. He saw Wang Jinshen lightly tap Wu Ken's body. Then he slowly bent his lower back and reached for the bed curtain with his left hand. Oh shit. Qi Feng was so scared that her heart nearly stopped beating. She thought, Father-in-law must have discovered me. He is going to strangle me to death. From the hazy lighting, she saw a head drilling into the area under the bed. It was Wu Ken's head. His eyes were wide open and really looked like a dead goldfish. Qi Feng could only do her best to get out of the way, but Wu Ken's body kept forcing itself inside and hit both her legs and waist. She heard Wang Jinshen sit down on the chair, and with a very stern voice, and scolded, Wu Ken, why haven't you kneeled down? I will tie you up and send you to Magistrate Ling. Whether you will be forgiven or not is up to him. I cannot decide. Master, Will you really not forgive your disciple? To think that I taught such a disciple. You have really shamed the Wan family to no end. How can I forgive you? Qifeng peeked from the curtains and saw Wang Jinshan take out a dagger from his waist area, lightly stabbing it into his own chest. The exact same move. Oh my god. Although the chest part of his garment was cushioned by soft wood and moist clay and items like pastries, when the dagger stabbed into his chest, it still went in and didn't budge. Qifeng now understood his intentions. She heard Wang Jinshan say, Wu Kan, will you not kneel? Then he lowered his voice to imitate Wu Kan's voice. Master, you made me do this. Do not fault your disciple. Wang Jinshan let out a "Hi-ya!" and then with a flying kick, he kicked open the window and shouted, Little thief, you dare to attack me? A loud crash was heard. Someone kicked open the door. Wan Gui was the first to enter. He already knew beforehand that now was the time to break and enter. Lu Kun, Sun Jun, Bu Yuan, and the others followed closely behind. Wang Jinshan held his chest, fresh blood dripping from his fingers. This was likely from a bottle of red water that he carried with him. He began to sway and pointed at the window, shouting, Wu Kan, that thief, he stabbed me and ran away. Quick, chase after him. After he said this, he slanted his body and fell on the bed. Wan Gui cried out in fear, Father! Father! How is your injury? Lu Kun, Sun Jun, Bu Yuan, Feng Tang, and Shen Cheng all rushed outside the window, shouting and quarreling as they rushed. Various people from the mansion began to cry out in alarm and shout grievances. Qifeng remained under the bed. She felt Wu Kan's body get colder and colder. She was extremely frightened and did not dare to move in the slightest. Her father-in-law sat on the bed while her husband was standing beside him. She heard Wang Jinshan quietly say, Is anyone suspicious? Wan Gui said, Nope. Father, that was a really good ruse. Just like Qi Chengfa. Not a single trace of error. Well, he's really just saying it straight out. Just like Qi Chengfa. Not a single trace of error. These words stabbed into Qifeng's heart like a sharp dagger. Originally, she had already faintly understood this extremely terrible truth, but she did not dare to believe it. She thought, Father-in-law always treated me in an amiable manner. My husband has always been tender and considerate. Why would they harm my father? But this time she saw it with her very own eyes. She saw how they set up such a brilliant brilliant trap to kill Wu Kan. That day, when she heard outside the study room how Qi Chengfa and Wang Jinshan were arguing, how Wang Jinshan was stabbed by her father, and how her father escaped from the window. Obviously, all of this was planned beforehand by Wang Jinshan. This time, it was no different. Then it must be the case that her father was killed a long time ago. He imitated her father's voice. No wonder her father's voice was so hoarse and completely different from usual. If not for this coincidence, that she just happened to witness the incident, how would she ever have figured out the truth? She heard Wan Gui say, What about that bitch? What shall we do with her? Wang Jinshan said, We will find her and torture her slowly. But we must do it with obscurity, so that no human can know about it, and no ghost will feel it. We cannot tarnish the reputation of the Wan family, our reputation. Wan Gui said, Yes, father has really planned this out carefully. Yeah, Wang Jinshan said, What is it? The wound on the back of my hand is hurting again. Wang Jinshan sighed. Although he was full of multifarious schemes, he was completely helpless against this situation. Qifeng slowly extended her hands to reach for Wukan's bosom. The little bosom, wait, the little bottle was coldly placed inside his pocket. She took it out and put it in her own bosom. She felt really bitter inside. Sangha, oh Sangha, you only heard half the story and already accused me of committing adultery with the thief. You did not want to understand the whole truth, hence you did not listen to everything. This antidote was on him the whole time. Your father has killed him now. Originally, to take back the antidote would be as easy as lifting a finger, but now you don't even know about it. Lu Kun and the others could not catch up to Wu Kan and returned one by one. All of them made their way to Wang Jinshen's room to await further orders. Wang Jinshen exposed his chest. He was bandaged from neck to chest and to his back, then back to his neck. This time, the injury he suffered was not as severe as before. Wu Kan's martial arts were not as high as Qi Jiangfa's, so naturally the dagger did not penetrate deeply and caused no serious injuries. The various disciples felt at ease. They all cursed Wu Kan for being so ungrateful. They all said that they would find his father tomorrow to settle the matter. They wished their teacher a speedy recovery and left the room. Wan Gui sat on the bed alongside his father. Qi Feng wanted to find an opportunity to escape. She was reclining next to Wu Kan's body and felt an indescribable fear in her heart. She was afraid that the two would notice her, but she could not figure out a good way to escape. Wang Qinshan said, "We will first take care of the body, in case we give ourselves away." Oh shit. Wan Gui said, "Should we deal with him just like we did with Qi Changfa?" Wang Jinshen muttered to himself and said, "We will use the old trick." Qi Feng was in tears. How did they deal with my father? She wondered. Wan Gui said, "You built it here? You sleep here too. That wouldn't be too good." Wang Qinshan said, "I will temporarily move out and sleep at your place, in case of trouble. How would others so easily put the sword manual on our hands? We will deal with this menace together. In the future, when we are showered with wealth, do you think we won't be able to find a place to live?" When Qi Feng heard the word build, an image suddenly flashed through her mind like lightning. She understood completely. He hid my father's body inside a wall, hiding any traces of the body. No wonder after father left, there was no more news of him. No wonder father-in-law. No, not father-in-law. No wonder the treacherous Wan Jinshen began to build walls in the middle of the night. He has done so many bad deeds, he must feel guilty at heart, and conceived somnambulism. Even in his dreams, he would wake up and build walls. The treacherous bandit would actually feel guilty. That is really strange. No, he does not feel guilty. He is very proud of himself. He keeps repeating the same action of building a wall unconsciously, but he was building it in his dreams, yet he was smiling the entire time. She heard Wan Gui say, "Father, what is the secret behind that sword manual? You said that we will become showered with wealth and overwhelm the world. Could it be that is not a martial arts manual, but a treasure?" Bum bum bum. And that's it for today. Good time for a break. All right. How did you guys like that? I liked it. Should have known that he killed the brother, his martial brother. Let me get some sake. I'll be right back. All right. Ah, one bottle down. All right. Cheers. Yeah. Wang Jinshan is a pretty good actor, huh? Acting all this out live. It's pretty good. Not bad. Okay. So, well, one mystery down. Now we know what happened to Di Yun's his master and Chi Feng's his father. What's up? Say my name. I can't say your name. I don't know your name. Unless it's say my name. Yeah, it's over. It's over. It's over. This is chapter 11, baby. We got 3 more episodes, then we're done with the book. Ooh. All right. Yeah, I liked this chapter. Okay, it's a good book. Pretty good so far. You suppose Chi Feng won't be giving her husband the antidote after all? She could use it to get him to confess. Can't she? Can't she? Yeah, confess and I'll give you the antidote. That's a possibility. All right. Well, I can't wait to see what happens. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. And I love you. And I will see you next time. All right. Bye.